Are we early? Where's Ann Riley? Ann, is that you? I'm assuming it is. Good morning.
Good morning.
This piece, old piece of Quinn's from 3 years ago called The Next Adventure, feels about like what my brain feels like right now.
You have been up a long time.
Yeah, I woke up, I don't know, 3:30 or something. Didn't get out of bed till 4:15, so I guess that's something. But yeah, there's a lot going on. So it's all good. It's all exciting. It's just, oh, hi, Mother. It's just, I woke up just like this. So I predict that's my new normal. I mean, it's kind of my old normal too, but it's all right. It's the new year, new stuff. So happy Monday, happy weekend. Hey, did anybody do the worksheet? I'm super curious to know. First of all, I told you on Friday, because I don't have any design skills and I don't really know even how to use basic Office, really, like formatting and all of that. I felt pretty proud of myself for that little deal.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, I did.
It did.
Hi, Sandy.
Very pretty.
Not Old Faithful Mother, but Old Faithful Friend of Mother's. We could call you that. So, yeah. I was happy with the worksheet. If you want to go back and see it, I think it's on Friday's deal. Otherwise, you can always sign up for our newsletter, and then you'll get them on Fridays as a downloadable PDF. So, I hope you had a good weekend. Beautiful weather. Wow.
It was.
Wow, I think it's a little alarming that the weather's so beautiful, but we got to take it while we can get it, I guess. So it's Metaphor Monday.
Yes.
Dr. Mary seems to be struggling a bit with what a metaphor is.
Yes, I got it confused with platitude.
Yeah. So I'm going to look up.
Because apparently I'm 50 and that's when botanists lose their mind.
Well, that's not so bad. So a metaphor defined is a noun, a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action in which it is not literally applicable. So it is like a simile, except you don't use like or as. And it is really refers to one thing by mentioning another.
But if you use like or as and say it's like a simile, then it's a simile, right?
A metaphor is like a simile in that instance, yes.
And then you sound like a valley girl. It's like a simile.
Anyway, last week we talked about pollutants, which I found really interesting. This week we are not talking about science. Well, I guess actually we could a little bit because we could talk about the science of sugar. Because we're going to use my tried and true metaphor for how I think about alcohol addiction, which is the old standard Special K bar. And while we talk about it a lot, we've not really ever focused on why I always talk about the Special K bar. So I just think it could be kind of interesting to dig into it a little bit as a metaphor for addiction. So if you want to talk about sugar, scientifically, your fructose, sucrose, glucose, blah, 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 you could do that. Anyway.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Feel free. I will allow it. So.
I will interject.
Please do.
If and as required.
Anyway, I was listening to a TED Talk, which I think we're going to talk about more on Wednesday, so I don't want to go in too much to it. But this idea of what happens when you have something that you particularly enjoy in your house. So she uses chocolate cake. I could take or leave chocolate cake. I'm very funny about chocolate. I really love chocolate, but I almost never want it. I don't like brownies. I don't love fudge. I don't like chocolate cake, really. So I don't know what chocolate I like, but I think about a lot of chocolate. But let's go back to the Special K bar. So if I have a pan of Special K bars on the counter, which I've never done because I've never made them because I know myself.
Didn't you made them?
I have never made them. I've never even looked up a recipe.
Crispy bars all the time.
Those are totally different. Also problematic, but different.
Oh. I don't know anything about it.
So, a pan of Special K bars if they were to be sitting on my counter, this is what I would do all day long. I'll just have one forkful. I would never get out a knife. Never.
Oh, well, thank God.
Well, because a knife would imply that I was going to have an entire bar, whatever shape you cut them in.
Well, yeah, just...
Stop it. So I would have a fork, and I would put one forkful, and I would pull it away from the bars, and I would eat that. And I would think, well, that's all I'm going to have. And that would last for literally probably 15 or 20 seconds. And then I would fork and fork and fork, and I would fork across and then back again. Like, it's how the great debate with how people eat corn. Do you eat corn this way, or do you eat corn this way?
Oh, yeah.
There's a, big divide on that. I would eat across and back like a typewriter. And I know
Do you hear the sound when you get to the end?
You're not being helpful. And I know that I would eat way, way more than 2 or 3 Special K bars, actual bars. So I don't make them because I cannot control myself around them. I also, interestingly, never buy them, in part because I don't want that other thing, that Scotcharoo thing. I don't want that. First of all, I hate that word. And second of all, that is not what I want. I want a Special K bar. I don't want them. I don't want chocolate on Rice Krispie bars. That's disgusting to me. I don't want butterscotch chips or whatever people put.
All these are a thing, right?
Yes! I don't want any of that.
You're not just making this up.
I'm not. I am very discerning about my Special K bars. So I think I have said this in the past, but I really only eat Special K bars at funerals because they're always served in the basement luncheon at funerals or in the gathering site or whatever.
I have been to many an Irish wake. There has never been a Special K
You've not been to a Midwestern American funeral.
Well, there you go. Then.
I'm not sure that Scotcharoos are Special K bars. I don't think so. I think, here's the question, Mother. Do Special K bars have butterscotch chips in them? Because butterscotch chips make Tootsie Rolls look like that is a product harvested by organic farmers, in my opinion.
I have no idea what anyone's talking about, but I'm just gonna say I think I can safely say game on.
Anyway, I'm trying to get to the point of this. I cannot
Well, we'll see you tomorrow.
I know. I cannot have them in the house. I don't buy them. I am very particular about my Special K bars, and I only allow myself to have them in such particular instances.
She does not have them on a
in
train.
the frosting.
Or on a plane.
What?
Or with a knife and fork.
Stop. I eat very little with a knife and fork, actually. Butterscotch chips go in the frosting. See, I've never looked up a recipe. So, okay, maybe I'm totally wrong, and maybe I just hate the word Scotcharoo, and it's the same thing.
I've never heard of
Who
that
cares?
word until today.
I think there are 3 kinds of people. Whether you're an addict of something that will kill you, or an addict of something that's not good for you, but isn't likely to kill you. I think there are the people who can have nothing to do with it. It cannot be anywhere near them. They can't see it. They can't smell it. They can't think about it. I'm not addressing that, Mother, because it's true, but I get past it if there are Special K bars at the lunch. There are people who can have stuff around them that doesn't bother them. And then there are people who can enjoy it in whatever quantity they want and then step away from it. I am a number 1. Can't have them anywhere near me about Special K bars. But there are a ton of things that other people struggle with that I can absolutely have. I could have a bag of potato chips open on the counter. Let's pretend they stayed fresh indefinitely once they're open. I could have a bag of potato chips on the counter for 25 years and never finish them. I don't give 2 hoots about potato chips. To my knowledge, I've never bought a bag of potato chips. Now, I'm not saying that because I'm so incredible. I'm just saying I don't care about potato chips. We have a friend, Wendy, who was on, I guess Thursday, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Wendy wrote a great blog post recently about, a kind of dip she's particularly keen on with chips. sour cream and ranch, sour cream and onion, maybe. I don't need to ever eat that, ever. So, we all have our thing, but I cannot have Special K bars near me. It's hard for me if I'm at a coffee shop and I see those honkin' ones, it's kind of hard for me not to buy them. What saves me is that they're never actually Special K bars.
Whew.
They're like Rice Krispie bars with chocolate on them.
Sacre bleu.
It's the worst. So my question for you, you want to chime in here, Dr. Mary?
I have no idea. I have no
No,
idea what
I'm going to relate it
about.
to you. Well, I'm the only one talking,
Well,
so
yeah,
there's
I
that.
have no idea.
I guess Mother's talking. Anyway, what kind of addict are you? You can have nothing to do with it. It can't be near you or around you. You can't see it, smell it, or have it close to you. It can be around you, near you, and you can manage it just fine. Or you can have some occasionally and then go for ages and not have it.
I am incredibly lucky as an alcoholic enjoying sobriety to be a number 2. I can go to a bar, I can go to a restaurant, stay the night, go into our local fantastic liquor store, Bernie's, run by Nikki Ness. Who we've
Another
had
guest from Guest Thursday a long time ago.
It's all awesome. She's been great for Dana's organisation of helping her make some fantastic. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, I can be around. It doesn't bother me in the slightest, and that
You could can I interrupt?
that makes me incredibly lucky.
You could have a bottle of whiskey sit on the counter and not
No,
drink
I am
it.
just.
We don't, but
there seems to be so far that that's the person I am, and I'm incredibly grateful. I was in treatment with people who, when the TV was on and there was an advert for alcohol, they just had to look away, or someone would scream, "Turn that off," and it never bothered me.
you can even go back to places where you used to drink and be fine.
It doesn't bother me at all.
There's a pub, the cutest stinking pub you've ever seen
Two
in
brewers.
your life. At the start, it's right next door to Windsor Castle, and it's at the start of this thing called the Long Walk, which we love. It's a 3-mile walk up to this massive statue of King George III, and back. It's on the Windsor Great Lawn. It's this beautiful, beautiful thing. This tiny, tiny little pub.
It's actually cheaper.
Absolutely-
It's smaller than this.
absolutely smaller than our little living space down here. And you drank there.
Yeah, non-alcoholic beer.
No,
they have.
before
Oh yes.
yeah, we were never there where you got drunk because you didn't get drunk in public. But you have
Yeah.
a long history of having had beer there or whiskey or whatever
Yeah.
you drink. And now you have a history of us going there and not drinking, or
Yeah.
you and my mom's partner Bob going there, or
We go there for. They've got many non-alcoholic beers.
Yeah.
Which they are happy to sell you. They go, oh great, here you go, no
Yep.
questions there, and the food is amazing.
The food is good. And it's so cute. I'll post a picture of us at the Two Brewers because it really is kind of our go-to
This
little
pub has been a pub for, I think, maybe 900 years.
It's really cute.
I mean, they keep it clean.
Yeah.
They've cleaned it in those 900
Yeah.
years.
Anyway, the whole point is just, what's the thing in your life that you lean towards, lean into, go to as comfort or out of habit or unconsciously? Because I can tell you at the end of the day, if I have other things besides Special K bars that are that addictive to me. But if I am just at home all day and that fork is in the pan, I'll just fork every time I walk through the kitchen. And you have to walk through our kitchen almost to get to anywhere else in our house. So that's a lot of forks of a thing. And it's all unconscious. Except for the first bite, which is entirely conscious and is the start of the end for me. So before you decide that you can be a little bit soapboxy about your not being addicted to alcohol, stop and think about
You can
what's
get
your
addicted
thing.
to sugar, and sugar's dangerous in many levels, and it is absolutely in everything. And maybe we could talk about that more another day.
Oh yeah, we will talk about that more. Maybe the theme this week will be sugar. So that's that. Enjoy your Monday,
Have a good Monday. Welcome to the start of the new week.
Yeah, and just think about what's the thing that if it's on your counter, it's in your brain and it's consuming you and you're going back to it. And if you don't struggle with that about anything, lucky, lucky you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Night.